Wow. Howdy. Oh, I guess we're stealing our first topic of the night without actually leading up to it. Well, anyway, howdy. Um, I am Low Energy Videos. That is Krendar. That is Ruby Jules. Him. And
Hey,
this is Beard Ramblings, the only place where you can find me except for all the others.
There you go. Well, today it's beard and a half ramblings.
Ooh, true. Beard and some change, with a little bit of pocket lint stuck inside it. You can
beard 35.
Yeah, we are. I'm very, as you well know, I got very drunk last night on stream. Very unusual for me. And you guys were just amazing to the point where, I almost regretted doing shots for donos. But as a result, I am a little hungover, so I will do my best, but there is no promises. I wish to be in that bed right now, not on this chair. We're only going to go for about 2 hours, so fuck it. Now, let's get the shelling out of the way, and then we can get into the meat and indeed 2 potatoes. We have ourselves a stream goal. Anything given will go towards Krendar and myself. And of course, it is all going towards the Final Fantasy games, of which we bought 2 last night. Hell yeah. 6 and 12 respectively. Can't wait to get stuck back into 12.
Final Fantasy 4 was the best one.
Yeah, that's my boy right there.
I think we've got about half of them now, in all fairness. The Final Fantasy, the remake of 7 is the most expensive at 80. But
it's so good though.
I can't wait for it. If only because the character models for the women are fucking hot, and I've seen much porn of them. So I should really. I would
highly recommend. If you haven't seen anything about it yet, I would highly recommend replaying the original before.
Well, I am.
If you haven't already planned on doing that.
Oh, it's got dono.
But when you go and buy tactical soap so it fails, and you leave a Jared complaint, Simon bruh.
Alan Reyes with the 666. When you go to buy tactical soap so it fails and you have a jar complaint. Come on, bro. I bought tactical soap, god damn it, and it completely failed to get me laid.
Oh.
And
there's an angle we could use.
Hmm?
Maybe we could get Cobes on the show if we promise to buy tactical soap.
I think he gets a discount from them, but that would still be more money. Yeah, that's true.
I'm actually an affiliate for Tactical Soap as well. I get a discount.
Link in the description, tubes. Everyone's getting sponsorships with me. I'm so incredibly professional in my bathrobe. Yeah. Thank you so much.
That feeling when not even Raid Shadow Legends will sponsor us, right?
Right. I mean, if Casey Tron can do Hello Fresh, like, come on.
Damn.
Someone.
Well, she does do cooking videos sometimes. That makes sense.
Yes, it does. And I do cooking videos sometimes too. Like, sometimes. Not a lot. They're not very good because they're meant to be jokes recipes. But anyway, that's beside the point.
Still better than Cobes somehow, though.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Although, all he does is just throw everything in on top of everything. He never measures anything out. He never pinches it. He just.
That's a tried and true tradition. Although usually we call that stir fry or stew.
True. He would make a great stew. He would just throw everything into it.
He would make a stew anyway.
Witch's cauldron. Oh, he's a warlock, so
well, he thinks he is anyway.
Don't break his little heart and tell him the truth. It's like tell him that Santa's not real, you know. Okay. Other than that, you know what to do. Like, share, and subscribe down below. Check out our guest links. They are down there. Krendar has got his link tree. That'll take you to Ruby's channel on his, and let's Let's get into it with this that I was talking about just before the stream went live, because I just remembered it. That TikToker who was filming getting himself breaking into people's houses, just walking in and filming shit, he got arrested. He turned himself in. Yeah, he would also do things like Bacardi Oregano? Bacardi.
Bacardi oregano.
I'm gonna call him Bacardi oregano. Yeah, like he would do crazy shit, like walk up to women.
Bacardi Bronzo Garo. That's a crazy name. Now, did he turn himself in on purpose or just accidentally because he's streaming himself doing it?
Ogaro, pounds given social media video ban. Why can't we do that to people like Alex Jones or like
why
Nick
is
Fuentes?
it so low?
Yeah, probably because he's from like wealthy family or some shit like that. Honestly, like I'm smelling a little bit of the old like corruption going on. I'll pay a total of 365 after invading.
Why did it say 200 before then?
It was probably thrown on top. Admitted one count. Oh, he also admitted it as well. Failing to comply with community protection notice he issued last year. He went in to film the video. He went to the home address of the victim. Door of the property was open.
Wait, was this the person he got a protection notice against before? Like a repeat break-in?
I don't think so, but I wouldn't be surprised. He's only 18 as well, so maybe they think, oh, he can reform. I don't know. The thing is, he knew what he was doing. He actually said, like, I don't care if I get in trouble or not. I'm going to go. Everyone will be talking about me, and all he wants is the content. All he wants is the content. He's a fucking tool. He's a good product. He's a good example of being online as an entire generation, multi-generations that grew up with nothing but online.
I thought you were going to say a good example of being online as his entire identity, and you're not wrong there either.
Yeah, both are true. One of the weirdest things is he at one point like he would walk up to women who were just sitting on like benches and shit, and to say, "I'm gonna kill you," and just walk away.
Yeah, this guy needs mental help.
Yeah. He has no moral compass. There is zero moral compass. He just like, this is fun. He's just
Welcome to current year, everybody.
Yeah. Like this is the whole thing. Like when kids are asked in school these days, what do they want to be when they grow up? They almost always say, I want to be an influencer now. And that's been the case for a lot of time. Let me tell you, kids, being online can be very, very fun, but it's not really a guarantee, especially as more and more people want to be famous. There's only so many eyes, there's only so many donos, even if schlucks like us can get the occasional bit of money. And it's
already stretched thin as it is.
And I'm not just saying that because you're cutting into our turf, motherfucker.
Hey, we would need to have turf for that to happen first.
I have a clump of turf right here. That sums up our impact on the internet. Just a clump of turf.
Yeah. We have half of a garden, maybe.
We have a garden gnome.
Yeah, there you go.
With its hat broken off. Its pools with water when it rains.
I'm the garden gnome of this show.
Hell yeah! Someone draw Krendar as a garden gnome with the fishing pole.
Half of a hat.
Yeah. Do that, and I'll have your I'll have it as your picture for next week. Hell yeah!
Sweet.
All right. Let's get into... Oh, no, there's actually one more thing I want to show you guys. Also, you might notice your camera's clicking off sometimes. That, of course, is because I've only got one screen. Well, you wouldn't notice that, really. But, oh, my bad. I did something much worse. The
viewers might notice that our cameras are doing that.
Yeah. I'll be as quick as possible.
As quick as houses. As
quick as domiciles, which aren't very quick, except for those ones from The Simpsons.
Hey, they're as quick as they are safe.
The real people won't burn quite so fast. Yeah, I wanted to show you guys the Lucozade commercial because Lucazade's an
What?
energy drink.
Oh, okay.
And in the 90s and early 2000s, what year? I don't remember. I'm guessing late 90s, early 2000s. They had Lara Croft as the spokeswoman, as like the mascot.
This is a British thing. I've never heard of it.
Yep, it's very tasty. Think Gatorade if Gatorade wasn't watery. So, and it has a unique flavor all of its own. It's amazing for hangovers, and they used to give it to you in hospitals as well. It's full of glucose, so it's pretty. If you're living an active lifestyle or like me, just like the taste, it's pretty damn good. Even have
If I ever
little.
get a hold of one, I'll have to try it.
They are lovely.
I don't have one, so I don't know. Yeah, I do like the item menu. I like it. Right, like you had time to pause for a drink.
Hell yeah!
What is this, Mentos?
The first-
It's so vintage.
Oh, they even gave her a goodbye episode where it was like Lara might be gone, but the thirst remains, but the flavor remains, or the energy
Well, the thirst
remains.
that also remains.
Yeah, the thirst remained. If I remember right, they dropped Lara because the games she was in that really bad part of all the Tomb Raider games that
The
weren't
part where
selling.
the game started to suck.
Yeah, and they were like,
Yeah.
we don't need this. Is kind of a '90s thing. We don't need this anyways. But they gave her
Yeah.
a goodbye, which I thought was kind of interesting.
Speaking of the thirst, though, I find it kind of funny that when they changed from the the previous version, like this version of Lara Croft, to the new reboot version, a
Mm.
lot of people were complaining about how they like de-sexified her, and I'm thinking, I think she's way better looking now.
She looks like a
personally.
person, not a blow up
Like-
sex doll. You know?
I mean, I'm not talking about the graphic fidelity of it, but I just mean like the character design style.
Hmm.
I remember I was at Walmart one time and you remember those vintage those old video game tester things where
Yeah.
I had a controller and a TV? They had
Yeah.
Tomb Raider on that. So
Nice.
Yeah, that was around that era. Yep.
those were the times. Those are the good times.
There was a whole story and everything, for Christ's sake. Look, there's a fucking gargoyle coming at her now.
I mean, this is all basically stuff that's just in the games.
Hmm. And at one point, I think they did like a tie-in where you could get like a special copy of it of one of the games. But yeah, eventually,
I
eventually,
don't
it
remember
all
there
just-
being just like a regular ass gargoyle, but I remember the end of the first game there was like a person that turned into like a living gargoyle kind of thing, not one that crumbled to stone or anything, but something very similar.
Hmm.
I think this is supposed to be the third game. 'Cause that was all jungly.
I like how they go on a break for themselves. Those bottles, by the way, those are the English bottles. You don't really get them over here. Yeah, no, it's I really enjoyed Lucas. Yeah, now we can actually get into it, and it's time for a PSA from our good friend Egghead.
Oh.
Yeah, he made quite a video. Let me just bring Egghead up. I thought I had it saved. Boop, boop. On a certain not so sweet boy.
Uh-oh.
By the way, I think if anyone had the right, I'll say it. Like, I'm impressed with his beard growing abilities. He definitely has fluffed it out. It used to look like a coconut on his face. Now it's like a proper beard.
He's going full Mennonite.
He kind of is. I want him to wear like a big like giant hat and have him in the cornfield. You will become one with the corn. You know,
Become one with the cringe.
bunch of crows cringe, 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 cringe.
The children of the cringe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we need that.
YouTube,
Egghead,
you
you
have
can
a
have that one for
problem.
free.
You have a Jared Genesis problem. So, we all know who Jared Genesis is. We've all seen the videos. We've all reacted to him. We've all made countless videos. He's blocked pretty much every single one of us, mainly because he can't handle being called out and have a fucking light shined on his ass. He can't handle any form of criticism. He calls us all haters, calls us all evil, satanic, evil monsters who deserve to be in hell. He calls us gang stalkers, yada 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 yada, for simply fucking criticizing him and pointing out to the entire world, hey, this guy's a child predator. This guy doesn't deserve to be associated with anyone. Be aware that this guy is a monster. And YouTube, for some fucking reason, still allows him to be on their fucking platform. Why? Need I remind everyone that he has lost 2 channels already via termination? 1, because he streamed porn on it, and 2, because he uploaded an unlisted video of himself jerking it. YouTube, you're
I
Also
forgot.
porn.
Yeah, well, maybe there's a kink for that somewhere. It is cuts to this super busty looking, like sexy supermodel, and that's what she watches. She just loves exclusively one video of Jared. You know?
He needs to open an Only Genesis.
He'll only have a fan,
Honestly-
and it'll be him.
Honestly, I wouldn't consider it porn. I just consider it just a naked troll.
He's
I mean, that's porn for some people.
Yeah,
Some people like trolls. Ugh.
I know, girls.
I forgot about the whole masturbation thing, and I forgot how stupid he was that he didn't realize that an unlisted video would still get kicked it out. Why
Like,
is that?
they can still see. That's because it's unlisted. Doesn't mean YouTube themselves can't see it.
Yeah, they're the ones that have to host it. I'm sure that there's a lot. If that was the case, like we'd see like a whole lot more, like terrorists would fucking use this shit, and you'd see a lot of child porn. God, do you remember that that wave of crackdowns on pedophiles that YouTube did like a little while back?
Oh, you
Yeah,
mean the time when they started making you say whether or not your video was for children?
Yeah. A lot of it had to do with like kids gymnastic videos. You'd go into the comments and you'd see like the most disgusting shit. A video on like a little girl doing like cartwheels or gymnastics or whatever, and like it has like 30,000, 40,000, 50,000 views, and you're like, okay,
Yeah, that's as fuck.
yeah.
In terms of service, clearly states that if a person has their YouTube channel terminated, they are not allowed to create a new YouTube channel. So YouTube, when are you going to put your fucking foot down and say enough's enough? Jared does not give a shit about
Jared's
the YouTube
making
terms
content.
of service. He has made it clear time
But they don't care.
and time and time again, if he loses an account, he'll just create another one. When are you going to step up, put your goddamn foot down, say enough's enough, and ban his fucking IP address? When are you going to fucking do that?
That's a temporary fix.
He's on this goddamn platform.
Yeah, more permanent one would just be like, I don't know, hiring a hitman. But that's probably too extreme for YouTube, because that would also set a bad precedent. We'd all be in danger.
His IP address will change someday, and then he'll be back.
I was going to say though, he's if it does happen, Nord, something like Nord or Proton, would be a good fix, but he's too dumb for that and too poor. So,
And also too dumb to know that there's probably free VPNs somewhere.
There is. I've used them. I wouldn't recommend them though, because they're not like they range in quality. Plus, you often get like a bunch of ads. Ironically enough, with them.
You get what you pay for, right?
Right. You can't complain, right? It's free.
He gives the middle finger to pretty much everyone, all while playing this stupid fucking role that he's some sort of loving and all-caring Christian, when in all reality he's an evil, evil, evil monster.
He doesn't really lean in on it much. He's more of... Jared, like, says that, oh, they're all satanic and shit, but he doesn't know what these words mean. Like, he
He doesn't seem to.
Yeah. Like,
Also, I like how he's just picking up like shit that everybody else says. Like, you notice how he's talking about gang stalking and
I was
shit?
about
You've
to
noticed
say.
how over the last few years, nobody ever gets stalked anymore. It's always gang stalking every time.
Because it has
Nobody
more weight
talks
to
about
it.
regular one-on-one stalking anymore.
I like gang stalking.
It's honestly, I think it's schizophrenia. I think Jared Genesis has like a bad case of schizophrenia, and on top of that, he's literally a pedophile. So
He's also generally just dumb. I wonder like what his grades were. Like he is I wouldn't be surprised if he was like homeschooled. There is like a divide. It'd be fascinating to do like a documentary like the what happened with Jared, getting all those documentary not Jared with Cobes. And I'd love to see like what on Jared, because Jared, although it should be done in the form of like a true crime sort of thing. This sleepy town in Texas was home to a monster. It'd be biased as fuck, but it'd be valid too. it'd be justified. But they get to talk to people, and he was like, oh, they could say something like, oh, he was a really nice kid, but once he hit puberty, something just happened. Or, no, he was always a piece of shit. We never liked him, you know?
So
Jared...
one or the other, yeah.
Yeah. Jared is scum. He is ooze. He is a big pile of snot. He is not a pleasant human being. He's also, luckily, really, really, really dumb, so he can't actually do anything.
And could you imagine the kind of shit that might happen if he had any intelligence?
If he put 2 and 2 together, and it's always possible. There's always a chance that he might just realize, so like an opportunity might come around. Maybe, I don't know, a cousin is staying at his house, a young cousin. Maybe he gets new neighbors. But even then, I could see him fucking that up somehow. Which is great because
hopefully,
yeah. Like I want him to like get arrested, but he has still technically broken very little in the way of laws. But I hope he is on a list. I hope in his local like sheriff department or whatever there is a list of suspected. Like there are people of interest, and he's on that list. Because he did get swatted that one time. But
they swat him harder.
Yeah, and as a result, like he has to be on the file somewhere. Plus, who knows what else? Maybe he gets, maybe he got into a fight once and the police were called. Now he's got a file.
I mean, there's no way he's this open about shit and he's not on the registry, right?
I just wonder, like, does he do this in person? But I can't imagine he talks to anyone besides his parents. Like that's
I'm a real ass man.
Says to the fucking barista at Starbucks. Like, well, actually, I can see that happening. Starbucks baristas have to.
Oh, when they ask you for the name to put on the cup, it just says "real ass man."
And we all know
I think
what
he did that to the Green Ranger.
We all know what he is.
Yeah.
He is a guy. He's a child predator. He is a predator.
Remind you that meme of "I am a surgeon. I am a surgeon. A real surgeon." I want to see that with Jared. I'm a man. I'm a real man. Hell yeah.
Children. He is the same guy that said he would date an 8-year-old. He is the same guy who said he would date a 5-year-old. He's the same guy who has admitted in DMs that he has had cyber fucking sex with very young ones, according to his own fucking words. But for some reason...
Yep, and he also, of course, again, they're all catfishes. Why would he have access to kids? Like, there's nowhere he can go. He doesn't draw in children, which is great.
Yeah, these are definitely trolls. I mean, A kid that age wouldn't even know how to do that stuff.
Or like talk the way.
I hope.
You never know in these day and age, but like you always hear crazy stuff. Like remember that Minecraft craze, where like a lot of Minecraft creators were being outed as like liking their really young audience and making them do stuff like twerk for me, yeah, like in like private DMs and calls. It's yeah, like I couldn't see Jared doing that though, because Jared doesn't have that sort of any appeal. There's no appeal to him on any level, which is great because again, he can't get what he wants, and it's important. That's why I think Egghead here, whenever he's on Twitter and he shows that clip of Jared to anyone who Jared ends up talking to, I think this is very good. And Jared could say it's harassment, and it is actually technically harassment. Good. I hope he's getting harassed. Like there is a time and place for it, and it's now. Don't give him an inch. Take from him a mile.
The sad thing is that I feel like Jared is oh god, just thinking about that guy gives me a headache. But I have to say there are a lot of predators out there who are intelligent, who are attractive, and who, know how to get access to children, and it's just a really scary world to be a kid these days.
Yeah.
I think it always has, honestly. We just know about it more now.
Yeah.
Then again, it's easier for them to get access nowadays too. So
there was a thing I think Chris Raygun posted a few days ago, and no, a few weeks ago, and it was like no context on it, but it was like these little amiibo style characters. Did we watch the video? And it was like, hi, I'm such and such, like the pony. My powers are I can shoot rainbows. I can fly, and I can get you to take your clothes off on DMs. Wanna play? And it was like stuff like that. And then it's like, do you know where children are at more risk at ever? Like it was a PSA, but like what the fuck? Like it definitely caught my attention and other people too, because it definitely was like, oh damn, no, yeah. It was like you always hear these horror stories.
It did its job.
Yeah, out of like was it like something city, Penguin City or whatever. Club Penguin. You always hear rumors out of that shit, or Neopets. The predators always go to.
I think it's Roblox now.
Yeah, Roblox probably has some stories. I watched a Minecraft a video where they set up this guy. They did a Chris Hansen thing where they were playing Minecraft on a group server, and he got recorded basically just being like, "Oh, you're 12. Wow, that's really cool. Like, I think you're just really pretty, and could you send me some pictures?" And then he showed them to like they just put that stuff out on the internet, and like it cuts to him a few months later in his like community. I don't know what the type of community it was. I think it was like some sort of like gaming jam community or whatever. And he's just breaking down, saying, "I won't do it again." They're like, "No, get away. You're gone. You're out of here, man. You're out. We don't want you. We don't want anything to do. You're gone. You're gone. You're gone." And like he's just breaking down. I fucking love shit like that. It might be a vigilantism, but there's something visceral about it. Just pulling off the mask,
It is that glorious feeling of justice, isn't it?
Yeah, and it might not even be justice sometimes. That's why, again, going back to Jared getting swatted, nothing came out of it. And now they're probably going to be more hesitant to come to his house. Not that I agree in swatting. I do think that there should have been evidence found on the guy, and then he would have just gotten himself arrested. Instead, someone just knee-jerked.
Yeah,
They shot the gun too soon.
YouTube doesn't fucking see that as a problem. Hell, in a more recent video, he has admitted to saying he wants the fucking age of consent lowered to 12 years old. 12. And he can go online and say, in replies to people that
He's
having
easing into
relations with a fucking 14-year-old isn't being a pedophile, when in all reality, you are being a goddamn predator.
If you ever
and
hear
pedophile.
someone say, "Oh, it's not pedophilia, it's pederasty," yeah, those people are sussy wussy. You know, like
Yeah.
that's not the argument that you need to be making.
Exactly. Like whether or not it's the accurate word to use is not the point.
And why did you get so defensive and so knee-jerky and so immediately in my replies, bro? I don't know who you are, but you got very angry at that. Interesting.
Like, I know there's a selection of
when
more
are you going
specific
to put your goddamn
terms
for
foot
different
down
age ranges, but who cares?
Right.
and ban his IP address? He doesn't care about this website at all. He doesn't care at all about this platform. He doesn't care about
few of us
service.
do.
He is a pathetic, evil, narcissistic, hypocritical scumbag who says one thing and in the same breath he'll contradict himself. Like today, constantly says that he's against white supremacy, yet today in one of his most recent videos said an anti-Semitic joke. Colored me shocked at this point. I don't get it. YouTube needs to fucking...
He looks so
really...
old and defeated here. He looks like.
I mean, dealing with Jared makes you feel that way, so I don't.
Yeah,
blame him.
it's like going into the trenches of World War One.
What?
You know?
How the fuck does he keep getting back in? Does he just have like 10 different email addresses or something?
Possibly, but at the same time, like YouTube just doesn't enforce shit as well. Like it'll go after other things completely. I think Jared was
he's not even hiding. He's not even hiding who he is. He's just like, yeah, it's me again.
Yeah. All right. Let's get into the actual. Wait. What's this? Ooh, Oh yeah, yeah. This is This is interesting, right? Someone posted this because he does get a lot. Miles gets a lot of hate for obvious reasons why people would hate Miles. Because if anything, I think he's got more personality than Peter at times. He's definitely
what version?
Yeah, that's true. There's an unlimited amount of versions.
Okay.
Go on.
I haven't seen all the versions of him, but I like the version of him in Spider-Verse. In the game, remember how he had his own like little miniature game that wasn't really a full-length game?
Yeah.
I liked his story and and his the fact that he's got some different powers to Peter. I liked all that stuff, but I don't like the way the actor portrayed him because he was just kind of whiny all the time.
Yeah, that's not endearing.
But that's just that particular actor's take on it. Or maybe it was the director telling him to be that way. I don't know. Like, it made sense for him to be a little whiny sometimes because he's younger and it's his first time flying solo and he was nervous. But it was all the time.
That'd have been a good character arc. Maybe at the start of the game, he's all like, and at the end of it, he's starting to get really confident.
Yeah, like there was some of that, but it didn't really quite catch up in his voice, unfortunately.
How old is Egghead, by the way? Shabisky's in the chat and he asked that, and that's a good question.
At least 3.
Yeah, he was technically he wasn't even he was a spirit from was it Soul, that Disney film about the jazz musician? He was a spirit
I haven't seen that yet.
Back in the old DP days. He wasn't born yet, so.
Have you seen it? Was it good?
I've seen clips of it. It's an interesting premise, and it's very striking at times. It gets a little. It reminds me of a very uneven workplace.
Are you talking about that Disney Pixar movie Jazz or whatever it is?
Yeah, where
that's a good one. I will
Soul,
say though,
I think, but it was about a jazz musician or something like that.
I have kind of a hot take on like changing character's race. I think it's okay to like change a character's race, but if it's okay for like, you know, a white character to become black, but how come we don't see like Static Shock, like, you know, if a black
Oh, you know
person,
why? You know
yeah,
why?
yeah,
What
but
are you
still,
talking about? The
I
Punisher
think it's a
became
little
black
bit.
at one point, and then
I
white
think
again.
there's a lot of double standards on both sides.
Eh.
It should be equal
And
in both directions. I would agree with that, but there's no way they could get away with doing it.
No, like
yeah,
have
true.
Black Panther rip the mask off and it's a fucking a blonde-haired, blue-eyed.
I think
Yeah.
I think for the most part they shouldn't do it in either direction. But the reason why, for example, they could do it with Nick Fury is because they were making a whole new universe, so they could make the character be different because it was an alternate dimension in that case.
They even had a
Yeah.
But if they're not
crossover at
doing
one
that,
point.
then they shouldn't probably. Huh?
The two versions actually met in one of the comics, and a sort of like a setup to explain that very topic. And yeah, like if you want the old, that's the great thing about comics. Like if you want the old Nick Fury, you've got him. He's still there. You want the new one, you got that too. You want a different one, there's probably like 5 or 6 different ones.
But I honestly think it's okay though, because there's a lot of, you know, black children who watch Spider-Man and they can, you know, relate more to a black Spider-Man, and there's a lot of white children who watch like Static Shock and they could relate to a white Static Shock, you know?
Well, that's why they have Miles Morales. He's a black Spider-Man, but he's not Peter Parker. They didn't have to
Oh
change
yeah.
Peter Parker. They made a new character who is also a spider guy.
Getting a bit off topic
It's
though.
a different guy.
Just that was just like the this is the setup. So but back to actually why he's getting hate. He's getting hate mostly because of his racial switch. However, I forgot this clip existed, and they said, "I think we know why."
He's a knitter! Knitter! Knitter!
Oh my goodness.
I forgot that was a thing.
Wow.
It's a K. It's a K. It's a K. It's not an N. And the Star of David thing too. There's actually a lot going on there.
With a hard K.
Yeah. Hey, you can't use that word. Only we can use that word. And it cuts to like all these old grannies like knitting scarf. Oh,
Yeah.
I was gonna make like a version with the soft A, but I don't want to say the word just in case like I mix it up and something bad happens. Oh, I forgot that was a clip though, and Arthur had no right to be as good as it was. It had some really weird.
I've never seen it.
It was all right.
I'm too old for that shit.
It was all
after my time.
Oh, this is pretty cool. This is Hulk Hogan talking about what he'd have on his Mount Rushmore.
Could I ask you who you would put on
for you wrestling fans out there
your Mount Rushmore?
Well, it definitely have to be Flair. It definitely have to be Andre.
Yes.
Have to go with Macho. And then I put myself up there.
All right, brother, you put yourself on there. I love
Obviously
it.
you would.
I had to put myself up there, bro. You know, I
not
work
wrong
with all
either.
those guys.
You could make an argument against, but I mean, if you're going to put 4 wrestlers, even me, who hasn't watched wrestling in years, even I'm like, yeah, he kind of like summed up the sport for a lot of people, you know.
From his era, definitely. The only change I would make there is I would change out Ric Flair for who was the Scottish guy with the kilt and the bagpipes?
Oh, Piper.
Roddy Piper,
yeah.
I'd change out Ric Flair for Roddy Piper. Otherwise, perfect.
I would trade out Ric Flair for the Undertaker, honestly myself. But yeah, like I think that's a solid lineup, and people were like, "Oh, he's doing himself." Of course, he's doing himself. He's got every right to be. He's the Hulkster. He had a failed chain of pasta restaurants.
Yeah, come on, he was the John Cena of his era, except less annoying.
Yeah.
Not as good an
also
actor.
Not selling out to China.
Glorious People's friend of the worker. there,
The People's
Johnson.
Republic of Cena.
Why do I think Trumpster Bob would say Cena instead of China?
I will say being fluent in Mandarin is pretty epic, though.
Yeah. I didn't watch any more of this, so let's see the whole.
It didn't matter who it was, man. We rocked the house no matter who it was.
So no Rock, Austin, any of those guys, Cena. You don't put those guys there.
Well, I'm just thinking longevity.
Mm-hmm.
Longevity. I'm talking about guys that put 20, 25 years in. I don't know main event wise how long The Rock was the main event guy. I don't know if it was 6 years or 8 years or 2 years or 4 years, because I don't know time with these guys. I know Steve was in the business for a long time, and I don't know if he's a main event guy for 8 years or 10 years. I just don't know the time frame, but I know Randy, was main event guy for 20 plus years. Same with Andre. Oh my God, forever.
Yeah, that's a solid lineup. Oh, this is funny. Taylor Swift was live on stage, and her piano. The piano was electronic, of course, and it was left out on stage. It's an open air concert, and it was raining. So when she started using it, it malfunctioned as fuck.
That was dumb of them.
Yeah, that thing probably costs a fortune.
Even a non-electronic one shouldn't be left out in the rain either.
Right?
So that means that... Oh my...
It plays not all right.
Do you hear that? Is that happening for you too? Okay, I'm just gonna do another song guitar. That's insane.
Accompanied by the auto piano.
Speaking of, somebody made this schizophrenic giant ass post about Taylor Swift, saying that she's canceling Taylor, not because of what Taylor did, but because she's dating someone Taylor doesn't like. Sorry, no, she's dating. Taylor's dating someone that this woman does not like. I was curious about it, so I went down the feed, and it's like 20, 30 continues. It's just this screed of just that's why we have to cancel Taylor Swift. And I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ. This is the type of person on the left that gives the left a bad name. Like, all they needed was pink hair, or to be trans. It was just, fuck me.
Be whatever Karen stereotype type of thing, yeah. Or like the people that spawned the mockery term of social justice warrior, yeah.
Yeah, because those people do exist. They're normally confined to campuses, but they maybe this woman is a student or whatever. But let's have a look at this Disney thing. Another success for the mouse. What? No, I don't want. I want to read it. Fuck off, New York Times. I'm not giving you money. Okay. I'm just gonna go to one of your competition.
Guys, I'm so sorry. I was so low energy today. I literally stayed up all night. I had a busy day today.
That's all right. Like I'm not much better myself.
This is the low energy channel after all.
Yeah, it's literally in the title. we can carry you, we can be your Samwise,
Okay. I have to get going because I'm going out to eat with my mom.
That's fair. It was good to see you. Thanks for showing up.
Thank you so much.
Hey, you got half the show in, so it's good.
Yeah. Anything you want to do before leaving? Like anything you want to promote?
Yeah, I'll just get going for now. I'm so sorry.
All right. You take care.
All right, bye.
Bye. Yeah, it didn't mess up your camera either.
That's a surprise.
Yep. Well, they seem nice. I've been there. I've been like just I'm bringing my Q game to something important. Not even my B game, my fucking Q game. But no, they were nice. No problem having them back on in the future. I just hope they actually are able to stick around. You know. But yeah, let's get into this. That's the New York Times, Reuters, maybe Reuters, New York Post.
I'm a little surprised that this hotel didn't do very well, but maybe it was just crazy overpriced or something.
Yeah, it was ridiculously overpriced. Here's the trailer.
I could definitely see a lot of people being interested. Oh,
Yeah.
I'd sleep in that.
Right?
What will
That's
happen
awesome.
when they try to jump to hyperspace?
Fucking droids.
Okay, that's probably why it's so expensive.
Yeah, it was. I think.
Oh shit! Look at that.
Yeah, they got their own. They got their own band. I hate when they force you to dance with the.
They're much more.
Ooh, space drinks. Oh, they're first order troops. Fuck off with that. Give me some proper stormtroopers. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was too small, so they jacked up the price of each room to what was it, like 500? Oh, here we go. Average nightly cost per person was 1,209 or 4,809 for two guests.
They don't understand how math works. That's not twice as much money.
Yeah, 2 nights adventure for a little less for a kid would be about $6,000 for 2 nights with 3 adults and 1 child.
This is why it failed. That's fucking ridiculous.
It was so bougie. Like the only people who could have done this would have been wealthy people.
Honestly, if they had been 1/10 the price, that still would have been slightly too much.
You know, this would have been something that your parents would be rolling their eyes and then going, I suppose they did. It is their birthday, but you know, we're not spending more than 2 nights there. You know,
I mean, one person for 120 for a night, maybe 500 for a night for 2 people is a bit much.
Yeah, it was just so fucking much. I really think this is gonna be when we see this like Defunct Land video on this, because that's gonna be made. We're gonna get like a really like in-depth look to it, and it was had so much potential. Not just because I'm a Star Wars fan, but because I love the idea of a premise like this. Why not have a Lord of the? I mean, you not just a Lord of the Rings. Go to a Hobbit house. Like I said, there's glamping up at the top of the lake
shit.
up there.
I would love to hang out in a Hobbit house.
I could film there one day. I could book a room if as a stream goal one day. Probably do it off season. It's not very far. I just have to grab a cab from here up there and.
Yeah, these prices are goddamn insane.
Yeah, they're astronomically high. But imagine if you had a Hobbit house, but then you also had like actors, people like pretending to be hobbits, and like you get like a version of Gandalf wandering around. You know, you'd have orcs.
Yeah.
Like, that could be fun. That could be a fun experience.
I don't know what their operating expenses were like for this, but there's no way they're charging this much money, and like if people were staying there at that price, like it's not like they would have been just scraping by. Like there's no way they're barely covering costs with these prices.
Ben had a
could
great
have at least
idea.
cut this in half, I'm sure.
Ben probably had a great idea of why not just do a much larger hotel, same premise but much lower prices. That probably would have lasted long. It's a shame because now people, next time someone wants to do like a Marvel theme thing, they might look at this and go, no. And that's a shame because you could have like a lot of fun. I would love to do, say, a Mass Effect sort of walk around thing. That'd be kind of cool, walking around the Citadel. or maybe a Star Wars thing where you're on board a bridge of the Enterprise, and that could work. But I'm now wondering, like, is it gonna be after? Oh, that's cool. After a while. Oh, here we go. Disney, who announced the hotel in 2019, reportedly spent $2 billion in its construction.
And then just gave up on it.
Yeah, yeah. What a great example of just pissing money away.
They couldn't possibly have kept it operating but lowered the prices or anything.
Oh, this is hilarious. OJ's confession.
11 years after a...
Again?
Whoa, why isn't it went all green? Weird. Oh, by the way, everyone, while it's hardly expensive, right now, New Vegas, the complete collector's edition, it's all it's free on Epic. So if you haven't yet, snag it up. And Death Stranding was a few days ago as well.
So if you claim it before Wednesday, you get to keep it forever.
Yeah.
11 years after a jury found him not guilty of the murders of Nicole Brown Simpson and Ron Goldman.
Yeah, this is fucking weird. Why is it not? It's just a green screen.
As a special
what if you press
11
play
years
at the top?
after a jury found him not guilty of the murders of Nicole Brown Simpson and Ron Goldman, O.J.
Maybe
Simpson...
this is what it's supposed to be.
No, because I've seen it.
We don't really need the visual that badly, do we?
No,
or am
I guess not. Maybe I'm just maybe my
it is
CPU
weird, but I don't know.
Is being maybe my CPU needs.
It's okay. We can just go with the audio, right?
Yeah.
Wrote a book, and he called it "I Did It." Here's the story behind this book. Although acquitted on criminal charges, O.J. was later found financially
No, he's going to explain.
Liable, so he has always owed money to the families of the victims. In 2006, to make some money, he decided to write "If I Did It." The premise of the book was literally O.J. saying, "I didn't do it, but if I did, here's how and why I would have." As you can imagine, the public was revolted by that idea, and all 400,000 copies of the book that had been made were destroyed. But a year later, a bankruptcy court said, hey look, O.J. still owes these families money, let's give them this asset. And so the Goldman family took the book and published it. Now they have always believed in O.J.'s guilt, and so they made the cover look like this: "I did it." But they're not libeling him. The title is still technically "If I Did It." If I Did It.
Yeah, the OJ book is maybe I could watch it on his thing. The OJ book is absolutely it's funny because you look really close at it and it just has this tiny if in the eye.
Gotcha.
So that's the thing. That was a wash. Hiya Vsauce.
Yeah, we got the message anyway.
Yeah, we got the message. Bear steal. Don't steal, Bear.
Stay out of the picnic basket.
They didn't separate their recyclables. Typical.
I can smell what you got in there, humans.
Ew, it was Taco Bell. Oh, no.
Bear just runs away.
They have like an anti-bear lock on it, maybe? Oh.
Well, it tried.
Yeah. Who's gonna starve to death? You are.
Yeah.
Yes, you are.
Oh, try grabbing that link out that I put in.
Oh yeah, good
chat.
plan.
So we don't forget about it when we run out of time.
Yeah, we'll watch it now.
Yeah, we don't have to watch the whole thing, but just like a minute or so, just to get the general sense of how trippy this is. And I just want to say, this is not a parody. They show this on the planes.
Welcome aboard Air Canada.
Bienvenue
so weird.
à bord d'Air Canada.
Okay.
For your
Starts
safety
off.
and comfort, we ask that you pay attention to this short video. So join us as we explore all that Canada has to offer.
Pour votre sécurité et votre confort, soyez attentifs
why
à
they're on
ces
a
courtes
mountain.
vidéos. Joignez-vous à nous pour explorer tout ce que le Canada peut offrir.
Please place baggage in the overhead bin or under the seat in front of you.
Veuillez ranger vos bagages dans le coffre supérieur
In
ou
your
sous le
mobile
siège
home.
devant vous.
In preparation for takeoff, make sure you're
Why are there
comfortably
airplane
seated,
chairs in the middle
with your
of a
seat back upright and
forest?
tray table stowed.
En prévision du décollage, prenez soin de
So
vous asseoir
weird.
confortablement, de redresser le
Look at
dossier
this
de votre
fancy fuck
siège
playing
et de
for
ranger la
first
tablette.
class.
Right?
You must wear your seatbelt when the seatbelt sign has been turned on, and we suggest wearing it even when the sign is turned off.
Vous devez porter votre ceinture lorsque la consigne des ceintures est
Dog
allumée,
sled
mais nous vous
seatbelts.
suggérons de la porter même
Oh, those
lorsque la
magic
consigne
mushrooms
est
you took
éteinte.
just kicked in.
Fasten your seatbelt by adjusting
Right.
it around your hips. To release
She's
it, lift
definitely
the upper
stoned.
portion or press on the release button.
Attachez votre ceinture et ajustez-la autour de vos hanches. Pour la
One of the
détacher,
hardest things to do when you're a fatty fat is to put those fuckers on.
soulevez la partie supérieure de la boucle ou appuyez sur le bouton de dégagement.
They're not long enough for really big people.
Seatbelt and no smoking signs are located
That
throughout
was
the
when
aircraft.
that was one sign I knew I needed to lose a bunch of weight, was when I was going over to America for some reason or another, and I realized that like I couldn't put the seatbelt on no matter how much I tried, and they came in and tried to help, and I just said, here, I'll take care of it, and you just go. And when they went and looked, I had my hands on my waist, and it looked like it was hooked up. I was just holding them until they passed. I couldn't put them on, so I had to go the entire flight without it.
Please comply with them at all times.
Les consignes de ceinture et d'interdiction de fumer se trouvent à différents endroits dans l'avion. Veuillez les respecter
I'm
en
old
tout
enough to
temps.
remember still
It
seeing
is
the
prohibited to
ashtrays
smoke,
on
to use
planes, but
electronic cigarettes,
you couldn't
or
do
to
it then.
consume your own alcohol on board.
Il est interdit de fumer, d'utiliser des cigarettes électroniques ou de consommer son propre alcool à bord.
Your portable electronic devices must be set to airplane mode until an announcement is made upon arrival.
Les appareils électroniques
Set-
portatifs
set
doivent
your
être
phone-
réglés en
cell phone
mode
to airplane
avion
mode while
jusqu'à
you're
l'annonce à ce
camping out in the
sujet à
wilderness.
l'arrivée.
If your
They have good
electronic
Wi-Fi
device falls in your
connection
seat,
out
do
there
not move your
near
seat
the
or
Northern
try to
Lights.
retrieve it yourself, as it
Yeah.
poses a fire hazard.
That's actually what 5G is to all those 5G freakers. That's what they see. Wah, 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 wah. It's making me gay.
Notify your cabin crew immediately to ensure the safe retrieval of the device.
Si votre appareil électronique glisse dans votre siège, ne bougez pas votre siège et n'essayez pas de le récupérer, au risque d'un incendie. Avertissez immédiatement le personnel de cabine afin qu'il le récupère en toute
Speak
sécurité.
English. Speak the king's English.
Should an emergency happen, place your feet flat on the floor and top of head against the seat in front of you.
Gotta
Or
sniff your
rest your
back
head
so
and
hard.
chest into your lap. Grasp your ankles or wrap your arms under your
I like
legs.
how the
En cas d'urgence,
What to do if you're
posez vos
crashing
pieds à
becomes
plat
a
au
yoga
sol
class.
et appuyez le dessus de votre tête contre
Well,
le
they want
siège
you to
devant vous.
realize that you're going to die soon, but luckily reincarnation is a thing, so I hope you
Yeah, there
enjoy
you
coming
go.
back as a bird or like some sort of butterfly.
Ou bien, penchez-vous et appuyez votre tête et votre poitrine sur vos cuisses. Ensuite,
You
saisissez
might as
vos
well be in good
chevilles
shape
et
when
passez
you
vos bras
crash,
sur
right?
vos jambes.
Yeah, if there's anything left of you to bury, you want to look good.
The illustrated card in your
Yeah.
seat pocket or magazine rack explains the many safety features of this aircraft.
But look, it's
Please review
Canadian
it
Texas.
sometime before takeoff.
La carte illustrée placée dans la pochette
Except
ou
it's
le
on fire
porte-revue
right
près
now.
de vous explique les nombreuses mesures de sécurité propres à cet avion. Veuillez en prendre
Alberta gets to
connaissance
be the
avant le
host of this
décollage.
year's wildfires, apparently.
Oh,
Hey, this is where I was.
Ooh, nice.
Well, it's across
If
the
there is a
water
need
from
to
where I was.
evacuate the aircraft,
Ah.
leave your baggage behind
The island
and follow the
version.
seat-mounted
Yeah,
lighting to the
like
nearest
Uber.
emergency exit.
S'il faut évacuer l'avion, laissez vos bagages à bord et suivez l'éclairage sur les sièges jusqu'à l'issue la plus proche.
Saskatoon.
There
The
are
whole thing
4
is so
exits
trippy.
located on each side of the aircraft. All of these are
Because the
indicated
airplane
by
is
a green
diagrammed as
exit
crop
sign.
circles.
Please locate the one nearest you.
It looks
Il y a
like they're
quatre-
like praising a god. You know, all hail the sky god.
Issues de secours de chaque
All hail
côté de
the
l'avion.
Conimos.
Chacune d'elles est indiquée par une enseigne verte. Veuillez repérer celle qui est la plus près de vous.
If the cabin pressure changes, an oxygen mask or a tab will drop from the panel above you. Remain seated.
Like having
Pull the
a
mask or the tab to bring the mask
party,
towards
like
you.
eyes wide
Use the
shut
support
thing.
strap.
Yeah, it's like it actually reminds me of the Buried at Sea DLC when they go to the artist's party where everyone's getting electrocuted.
Yeah, like there's people dancing, but they're hooked up to electrical wires too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Over your mouth and nose and breathe normally. Always secure your own mask before assisting another person.
Si la pression de la cabine change, un masque à oxygène ou une languette tombera du panneau au-dessus de vous. Restez assis, tirez le masque ou la languette pour amener le masque vers vous. Utilisez la bande élastique pour maintenir le masque sur votre nez et votre bouche.
As if Jared would have even gotten through fucking customs.
Mettez toujours votre...
He's like even gotten like a full body cavity search, and they still keep scanning over him, and it's like
he walks up to customs and before he's even stated the purpose of his visit, they just look up at him and they're like, "Nope, bye."
Where the hell you think you're going?
Masque avant d'aider quelqu'un.
Lindbergh.
If there is an emergency landing on water, reach for the pouch under the seat or beside your leg rest. Remove the elastic band if required.
En cas d'amérissage d'urgence, prenez la pochette de gilet de sauvetage sous le siège ou près du repose-jambe. Retirez la bande élastique au besoin.
I've been flying. I might just jinx myself here, but I've been flying since I was like 1. And I've never once had to have the oxygen mask, and I've never once had to have the
yeah, but it's one of those things though. You got to make sure you know about it for that one time that you do need it, right?
Yeah,
if that ever happens.
Absolutely. Like I'd not want to be like, that's never going to happen, and then it does happen, and well, you're fucked.
I just found this safety video so weirdly artistic and trippy, but weirdly like high production values. It was weird.
Now this is kind of cool. This is what I was going to do before you got in, but let's see if it actually works.
This is Dave.
No, fuck. Yeah, it's shorts. Maybe on his actual latest. Here it is.
This is Dave.
No, it just goes back. Fuck this shit. Okay,
That's weird.
That is just odd.
I'm gonna just test something on the side and see if it's doing that to me too.
Oh, this, however, requires no editing. I want this so badly. Derek's. Hi, Chris Hansen. I'm Derek Savage of Cool Cat Brand, and we have a cameo in our new movie we'd be great for. Wes has emailed me in the past about doing a project, and I emailed Wes the details. Would Cool Cat and Chris Hansen cameo in the new... would the Cool Cats like a Chris Hansen cameo in the new film? Yes. Yes, I would.
That is so weird that he's doing this, but yes, do it, please.
Fuck yeah, I'm surprised I didn't like it. Also, I already shared it, but man.
I think there might be something going on in your machine, because YouTube Shorts is working okay for me.
Well,
maybe it's a video drivers update issue?
Maybe. I'm gonna make a statement now. After this, we can never have a stereo spec on. He is just...
Oh, shit.
He is just a horrible person for what he says here.
I'd often sing Smell Your Dick, but I replaced the N-word with violent threats toward Jewish people. I think that calling Obama and Uncle Tom is an okay thing to do. Because he's an Uncle Tom for the corporations, and guess who I hate the most? You know, Ben. They wear what Jesus wore. The crown of thorns. I hate martyrs.
The 2008 French horror film? It's fantastic.
We can go back 15 seconds. We can't go back and redo what Hitler did to those people. I don't know if you should hit women. They're not worth it. They're so far beneath me. I wouldn't wipe dirt off the ground.
What the fuck is Stereos? What the fuck was that?
I have to say, I like the
First of all,
I like
let's
the
just
channel
appreciate
name.
that for a minute.
Zhao De Dong.
Yeah. What character was he supposed to be doing there?
All I know is we can never have that motherfucker back on. He said he won't beat women. That is not the message we have on this channel.
That's true. And we're not just saying this because he doesn't want to ever come back anyways. We're taking a stand on this issue is what's happening here.
Scott
we
said
won't
maybe.
put up with this lack of beatings.
Scott said maybe. Asterios just no, that ain't gonna happen.
Just didn't answer.
Yeah, pure ghost. Turns into Ghastly. You think when Ghastly was alive, he was Asterios? Ooh.
I think Ghastly is Asterios from the future after he died.
Ooh. We're through the looking glass here, people.
Time travel ghost.
Let's see.
The villain of Frank.
Frank the villain. No, can't, because it's a short. Secondhand embarrass. Oh, this is cringy as fuck. First of all, badonka donkas.
Okay, this is already cringy just looking at her.
Oh, she's not the one who's cringy.
She is right now.
Look at her face. Not happening.
But he's killing it is what's happening here. What happened to her? Did she is she having an allergic reaction to something?
She doesn't like she doesn't like
No, I mean I'm talking about her body. Is she breaking out in hives from something? What's going on with this?
She does
bizarre,
look like
lumpy
she's
shape.
Yeah, she looks like she's been inflated unevenly. You know? Like you fill up a balloon and it just kind of like half does it.
That does not look healthy.
She looks.
Also, what the hell is she embarrassed about, man? He was killing it.
He was pure fire, and she was maybe she's terrified of sexiness. Maybe that's what she's scared of.
She's intimidated by how amazing this man is.
He is drip, and she should be dripping, but she's not. She's grateful woman.
Something went wrong when she got those implants that just destroyed her entire body in chemistry.
Resident Evil 4, very nice. Let's see what this is.
Very nice.
Oh yeah!
What's your match? My name is Borat. I like you. I like sex. It's nice. These are Orkin, a town mechanic and a abortionist. This is my mother. She oldest woman in the whole of Kusek. She is a 43. I love her.
Oh, it oddly works.
I recognize the credit link there.
Country. It have a problem too. Economic, social.
This guy does a lot of these, and they always work very well.
They changed the name. In it's social, economic, and Jew. But in this, he just like cult. It's so obvious. Cult.
Whoa. Whoa. King in the castle. Have a chair, I have a chair.
I am in the nest of cult.
They
have cleverly shifted their shapes. One of them has taken the form of a little old woman.
What is the best gun to defend from a cult?
What you see is what I've got.
Come on and make my day. Book.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
Leon, help! Well, I want to say hello. Welcome back in my town of Kusek.
I've been seeing a lot of Ashley Graham cosplays on DeviantArt these days.
Running off the cult. It's cruel.
Much more doable than in more ways than one than Lady Demonstrate.
Although I noticed how they have definitely aged up Ashley Graham. This level of thirst would not have been appropriate in the original version of the game.
No.
It would have been a little bit Jaredy. Actually, and even then she was too old for him.
What was it? When I replayed Final Fantasy X, Riku is like 16, and they just fucking, the way she's shot, the way she's dressed.
I still remember the introduction scene when she first shows up, and they just go like full cheesecake mode cutscene.
Yeah, it's just pure ass all the time. Titus notices it, that she's like quote unquote attractive, a fucking child, but she outright states it because she looks down, pats her chest, and go, "Hey, just give me a few years, okay?"
Yeah, what's going on with Japan? Why are they so interested in this? This sort of shit happens a lot in games and anime coming out of Japan, and there's something going on over there.
Yeah, I know why they're obsessed with youth in particular, because like work in Japan is so like soul crushing, and
that's
really,
true.
Really,
do they have a different age of consent over there or something?
No, they did in different prefectures, but the overarching age of consent was 18. Now the thing is that because their work culture is so broken, they love to think of the easy life that came with childhood. So they're obsessed with that. And with that comes all these other things, like that's when you first hit puberty. And that was also when you were around a lot of women, where now you probably aren't around a lot of women unless you're at work. And that's why the second most popular thing in anime that isn't like fantasy setting is like the workplace. Like
also, just to point out what you're saying about the easy life of a child, even that's relative, because as far as I understand, they go to school 6 days a week instead of 5.
But they think that was like a plus, you know?
Right. Like that just underlines like their work culture is so bad that even having one day off a week is still a luxury.
Like you get into like I've seen tons of interviews with Japanese people, and a lot of them talk about like, oh, I don't remember school being like a lot of shows portray it, because I just was focusing on my studies all the time. I didn't have time. They had friends because you have to join a club in Japan, so that's designed to make friends and such. But like you never act like they never would do anything that crazy, because they were just always focusing on getting good grades, get into a good college so they could get a good job, and that was it. Just constant grind. They remember it almost like they remember it being like a bad thing. But then you get all these other people who are like, oh, I can't stand my job, or they're like hikikomoris, they're like trapped inside their house, they're neats. Hell, I was watching someone playing Persona, and one of the characters is like the hacker girl. She's like a fucking neat. She's like a proper hikikomori.
I don't know if you could call her. Doesn't being a neat require you to be an adult?
True,
because
but
there's a certain shame associated with it, whereas she was 14.
Yeah.
Also, she was only that way because she had crippling social anxiety.
Which, yeah, that's that kind of is like
which some neats have, but not all.
No, but yeah, like modern day life, it's stressful. It can be very stressful, but it's like again, it's all relative.
Also, just to point out for anybody not familiar with the game, she does come out of her shell. Like she does get over it.
Well, don't spoil, because I do want to eventually tackle that game properly.
Oh, I'm leaving out the details. I'm just saying, there's character growth, is what I'm saying.
She is introduced by a group of by like a bunch of tentacles, though. I gotta point that out. Like she shows up at one point with like a bunch of like tentacles come around her, and I was like, oh, that's kind of on the nose, isn't it?
Let's go back to comments about Japan and Riku and everything else, right?
Yeah.
Where is Raisin?
Oh, BBB just topped up the pint glass by
thank you.
US dollars.
Yeah.
Where's Raisin? Raisin is not here, but she will be next week. I think anyway. I think that's what the schedule is.
Yeah.
One
more quick comment on that though. That character is also one of the dateable options in the game. Pointing out, she's only like 2 or 3 years different from the protagonist, so it's actually a reasonable dating age for the protagonist. Unlike some other dating options, which are actually way more out there.
Yeah,
I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah. I really like I really like when like anime try to like tackle, or any sort of thing out of Japan try to tackle these sort of like workplace or school place sort of stereotypes and expectations. What's the one from Netflix about they're all animals, and she's like works in an office and she loves to like karaoke because that's how she vents.
I don't know. Like animals or furries?
Furries, basically. And they're just in Japan, but they're all like, she's like a little red panda, and she is very. It starts like she's very like browbeaten down by the corporation, her mother. She's got like no prospects for a relationship, and the only thing that she does is she fucking belts it in the karaoke bar, with like really thrash metal. And it's good shit because it's grounded, and it shows like a level. It shows this guy who's like obsessed with the slightest complaint about him will result in thousands and thousands of texts and threats to like take this to human resources. And you're thinking, oh god, he's got to be the antagonist in this, and he is for a little bit, until one of the characters, who's a mother, points out that he's probably just so stressed that he gets scared, and like he opens up once he like is treated with like a modicum of respect. And then there's the boss, who starts off being, but he's literally a pig. Like he's a very sort of macho man culture sort of shit. But after a while, he really like turns out to support her and all his team, even when they have to like deal with terrible workplace shit, because he has to bump it up too. And they
sounds like there's a lot of themes of people turning out to not be what you expected in this show, eh?
Absolutely, it's a great show. I just wish I could remember the fucking name. All right,
great ad.
Yeah, Aragasu or Restico, whatever. All right, let's do this.
Hello, everyone.
No. Why?
Hold on. Give it more than 1 second.
This is your daily dose of internet. This guy was pretty close to predicting this volcano would erupt.
Do I know the quality, maybe?
5.
No.
4.
What the hell?
Let's try another one. Honest advertisement. The original pitch for Disney Star Wars.
This summer, come to the Disney Star Wars Galactic Cruiser. For the price of a used automobile, you can spend 2 nights locked in a windowless concrete building that looks nothing like these images. Become concerned that some of your family members are way too quick to join the fascist regime. Or give your 5-year-old a dangerous weapon to play with. While you're at it, you can teach them how to gamble, or how to haggle with shady characters in the back of bars to buy illegal goods. Perhaps you've just always dreamed of taking your family to a war zone as you help political refugees escape from the fascist government. Only to have your soon-to-be ex-wife teach your daughter how to snitch on you. In the evening, you can enjoy a live performance before the public trial of enemies of the state. And to top off the whole experience, you can end it with a battle royale against the fascist government in our beautiful main lobby.
You know what I've come for.
Only at Walt Disney World Resort.
All right, we're gonna have to boycott this because they've got episode 7, 8, 9 content.
Yeah. Try it again.
Hello, everyone. This
God,
is.
I hate that Claymore design, the cross-piece lightsaber design.
Yeah, it's not
so
great.
Stupid.
The last one that was really good was the dark saber from like the Mandalorian one. That's fucking metal looking.
I haven't seen that.
The black one that looks like a
nope, haven't seen it.
Cool.
Sounds interesting, but I haven't seen it.
All right. How about jacuzzi braised chicken from Yuan, China?
I'm standing right next to the
Fuck you. Wait a minute. It's not because I've got the ad blocker on, is it?
I think it's because you're using Firefox.
That could be it. It was!
It was the ad blocker.
Fuck
oh my
you,
god.
YouTube!
Why aren't you using the cowardly browser?
Yeah, I'll fucking upgrade.
Sort that mess out first.
Cadbury ice cream. You already know you're going to love it.
YouTube. Fuck
I'm
you.
standing right
No, it wasn't. Well, at least then the ad blocker.
Of course, the ad worked. Fuck.
Yeah. Oh, this is good. This is the Wagner boss a few weeks ago talking about how everything's going bad. And
what's a Wagner boss?
They're the private Russian military, like they're a group of mercenaries.
Okay.
They're all a bunch of neo-Nazis. They're the ones that cut people's heads off and rape
Russian
women.
Blackwater. Got it.
Yeah, basically. But it's he's a billionaire and he runs it, and he has been having increasingly public fights with Putin over the course of the war. So
wow, you know your war is going badly when even your own mercenaries are yelling at you.
Yep. Dying Japanese voiceover of leader Prigozhin, I think that's his name, freaking out and attacking. But this is the translation into Japanese.
It really works with the face.
Oh,
like one of those samurai shows or something, right?
Yeah, fucking Falcons of Edo shit.
Yeah.
How an oyster swims. This is cute. Oh, SpongeBob got it right. Look at his little
fucking
walk.
magic.
Look at his walk. Little walk.
Fucking goddamn black magic is how it swims. Apparently.
Put this to music. Like bloop 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 bloop.
How did it?
Bloop, 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 bloop,
How did
bloop,
it even detect that?
I guess the shell
Water
has like
swirling
some...
inside, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe it's got like sensors on its shell or whatever. But bloop 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 bloop.
It's a.
Bloop, bloop.
It's a goddamn living cartoon.
Fatty 1? What's this? Page doesn't exist anymore. Lame. We're living
quickly.
We're living in a simulation. Lance.
No.
What?
That's amazing.
Look at the person helping her there.
Yeah. I mean, I don't blame her. I am 100% in support of this lady.
She waited until the flight crew were seated.
Yeah. She didn't want to get kicked off for doing this ahead of time.
Can you stop filming me?
No.
Stop filming
No.
I'm not filming you. Go.
Excuse me.
I am physically incapable of not filming you.
I am doing the opposite of filming you.
Why am I filming you? I'm in a public place and I can. She's even got it over the windows.
Is she gonna make a roof next?
Yeah, apparently. So what's she gonna do when she has to pee?
It's knowing her. She's probably got like a toilet in her bag or something.
She's wearing a diaper, I bet you.
Well, this is something I'm surprised people didn't know. People were kissing 4,500 years ago, 1,000 years earlier than science thought. Oh, what? Why though? It's kind of obvious. I've seen like animals kiss. Don't kiss animals, but I've seen them kiss each other.
But we are animals.
Oh, truth. And we do kiss each other repeatedly on the mouth. And other parts
and
too.
other places.
The second lower mouth.
Giggity.
I always love when they
right
try
on the lips, whichever one you're thinking of.
There's a spread of cold sores. Yeah, well, they do in real life. They do anyway. I've gotten cold sores from kissing, I think. Worth it. Hey, kissing around 4,000. Yeah, this is kind of interesting, but like, therefore, kissing should not be regarded as a custom that originated in any single region. Here to be placed in multiple regions.
Razor brings up a good point. That lady on the plane with the plastic wrap put it over top of the screens of the chairs behind her.
Dick.
I don't use those screens anyway, though, so I wouldn't give a shit.
Oh damn! I like to use the screens for like just to pass it.
I brought my Nintendo Switch with me. I was good.
Oh, nice.
I was lucky that the longer flights had plugs on the seats though, because those things only last like 2 hours if they're unplugged. So what did Sausage Boy get up to last week?
Well, I don't know, but this is great. We'll watch this, and then we'll watch this, and then we'll see what sausage, and we'll pray to whatever gods do or do not exist that it'll fucking work.
That it'll work.
Yeah, that's why I'm avoiding YouTube videos right now.
What's plugged into the ceiling?
The ceiling, the door needs power apparently.
We've all seen that one.
Goodbye.
Bark.
Hey, how's it going?
Who's there? Probably just the wind.
I recognize this music too.
Sorry, I can't talk right now. I'm very busy.
Love how the Hoover just pops into his hand.
Get away from me, thief. Greetings, traveler.
That's happened. Yep.
Today's your lucky day, so let's hear it. You have the hands of a healer. Ooh!
My favorite thing is that entire video was all just Bethesda games.
It
was all Skyrim and Fallout.
Yeah, if he did like BioWare, you would have like his neck would elongate in certain shots, like this giant ass head.
Oh my god, that was so well put together, and it was all so true.
Let's see about our. Let's see about our.
I wonder how he pulled off the floating laundry detergent. Do you think he just filmed that while wearing a green screen suit or something?
Yeah, like there was a lot of edits there, so you know that like it would have probably took ages to film this. Only like 2 minutes of footage.
Real life NPC, he sure is.
He is the most NPC. Anyway, guys, if you're enjoying yourselves, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Ruby was awesome, but Ruby had to go. So,
ooh, new Rogue Trader trailer. We gotta watch that.
Oh yeah, well we do have trailers in there, and it works.
Huzzah!
Hellcat.
Pause it for a second.
Whop.
I like how Owlcat took their typical logo and put a augmetic eyeball on it, like an eyeball implant.
Yeah.
like they're a tech priest or something. That's so good. I want this game so bad.
Rogue traders, daring explorers who benefit from a unique style of freedom normally unheard of in the Imperium, with means to decide the fate of entire regions of space. Little can stop them in their pursuit of domination and power. And they do not venture alone. Their crew contains some of the galaxy's most unique denizens. Unsanctioned psychers, strange Xenos, servants of the Inquisition.
Oh, you think you're going to be able to romance an Eldar?
Oh, you can get Xenos in your party. Well, it makes sense, but I didn't know that. That's cool. And yes, I do.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting because
I want my money back if you can't romance an orc.
You're very special to me. When I see you, I don't just want to crump you. I want to do something else, but I don't know what it is. Here, let me show you.
Also, Tau.
Oh, the Tau have been a lot of
for the
art
greater
of Tau.
giggity.
Yeah. A cultural
And even
exchange.
space marines of the Adeptus Astartes. Ulfa is a lone space wolf survivor whose pack was defeated by the murderous Drukari. All of them are ready to follow you on the battlefield, where their unique skills can be the deciding factor.
Ooh, I wonder if you can romance a sister of battle, but only if you convert her to chaos. Like if you start like going down the corruption path, she becomes a romantic option. Because I've always kept it a bit vague on whether or not you
think they're gonna have that.
I know that there is threats of you can, in theory, go down a chaotic path, like a corruption path.
Cool.
That'd
be interesting.
They've always kept it vague on whether or not sisters can fuck or not. If it's love, if it's lust, if it's solely for procreation, whatever, or are they chaste? Because I thought that they would be, but then they have relationships, so it's kind of weird.
I mean, there's no reason to think that. It's not Christianity.
Right. Although
they're a battle nun concept, but they're not literally nuns in the Christian concept. So
they do love
could be anything.
Fucking around with guardsmen in a lot of the stories that like look at them a little too lustfully. They kind of like do a sort of like humiliation fetish thing going on. You can kind of tell the writer of the particular story's tastes.
Between victory.
It looks like with the other Owlcat games, you're gonna have a 6-person party, from what I could tell. What would your dream team be? Like, they're probably gonna do the same thing they do before, where you create your own main character, but then everybody else in your party is selected from pre-made NPCs. But I don't know what that list will be yet. What would your dream team be like? Like, I want to have, like, my main character is probably gonna be a psyker or a tech priest. So I want to have a psyker, a tech priest, a heavy weapons guy. I'm probably gonna have that that space wolf guy they showed on my team. Maybe a marksman of some kind. Like, what do you want your combat team to look like?
All right. My team, I want to have my main guy being very charming. So they're going to focus heavily on like
charisma
diplomacy.
guy.
Yeah. He'd also, I suppose, be a buff. So in that regard, maybe like a nobility or whatever.
Oh, hold on. You keep going, but that reminded me of something I want to ask. But you finish first.
Okay. Now I want a tech priest, a psyker, our space wolf there. Although if you get a choice of different space marines, I would like to go for maybe a salamander. They'd be kind of cool because they'd have really exotic weapons, which then your tech priest would squee over happy robot noises. I want a commissar who is basically I want Caiaphas Cain. I want Kane
Yeah.
and I want him to constantly like fuck up, and he gets Jurgen in almost like his familiar. Like
Yeah, like
Jurgen,
he's not a separate character. He's like the animal companion.
right. And I want him to have like terrible luck, but the luck always pans out in the end in weird ways. So he's kind of
Well,
like
that's Caiaphas. That's pure Caiaphas for you.
right. He's like the randomizer. And the eye candy, I want an Inquisitor woman in a very tight outfit, but she should have like a really exotic and unusual weapon. I don't know what. Maybe something like a needle gun. You don't see many of them anymore.
True.
Or like the Vulcanite weapons that they're bringing back now. That would be interesting.
So the thing you made me think of was, I don't know if they're going to have this in the game, but it would be awesome if one of your team members could be a pariah. If anybody is familiar with that, that is somebody who's a psychic blank.
Yeah.
No. So, it's not from anything. It's just part of 40K, but it's somebody who, within a certain radius around them, psychic powers won't work, and demons get repelled and that sort of thing. And also, everybody hates them, but that'd be a badass thing to have on the team as well. Have like a melee character who's a psychic blank.
Yeah, and if you can get close to a psyker who obviously then can't do anything about it. Ooh, that should be your trade-off, though. You can't have a psyker on the same squad as the blank. Because
that'd be the thing, because it's an aura around the person themselves. So if your team is all in one place, your psyker wouldn't be able to do anything.
Yeah, and maybe
you'd have to separate the party for the psyker to be able to do stuff.
I suppose. Oh, I had one more choice. I guess I want the Eldar marksman.
Yeah, like I was saying, I was thinking of having a marksman. So that Eldar could potentially be that person.
That or the what's the name of the assassins? The Vindikar assassin temple. They're the ones with the.
I don't remember which one is which. I know there's like 5 or 6 different specialties.
Elixis, Vindikar.
One of them is snipers, though.
Yeah. But no real point to have 2 snipers on the team, you know.
I like the one assassin's Clade that's basically just like psychotic juicers.
Yeah, they stay in. They just get like constant words like kill, put into their head for hours.
They shoot up insanely on combat drugs. One of the only times I've seen a regular mortal human kill a space marine in one-on-one combat is because they were just so juiced out of their minds on so many combat stims and fucking like steroids and shit that they were a match for him.
Remember
Gears? But they burn out on that shit so fast.
In Gears of War, the screamer.
I've never played actually.
Oh well, there's this giant female locust, and they have to like chain her up to bring her in, and she's just like this. All she does is screech. She's like a bat, and she just charges. She just when she's so big, she'll just turn you into pulp. It's kind of like that. You put one of those fuckers into a room, and they're usually gonna die as well in the process, but they will fuck shit up. They're like a suicide bomb.
And defeat. But the rogue trader's true might lies in their personal void ship and the resource-rich worlds under their control. This is what makes them such dominant figures. Even still, the enemies of humanity are numerous, and they will not relinquish an opportunity to strike.
Oh god, that's a rare one. That's the Slaneshi worshipping snake aliens who smell like soured milk. Yeah, I forget the name of them. They're like the Lazar or something, and they're mercenaries.
Oh wait, no, maybe I have heard of them. I just didn't know that they had anything to do with Slanesh.
Yeah, they worship Slanesh and they love pleasure and drugs. So
Yaxtil or something like that.
Yes, that's the one. And they
yeah, they're in some of they show up a little bit in the I think the Gaunt's Ghosts books. I think. Or was it the Horus Heresy books?
No,
You
Gaunt's
both never
Ghost.
know.
Yeah, they probably end up in the Horus Heresy as well.
I've
But
been
the
reading
Gaunt's
Gaunt's Ghost during my airplane trips as well.
Nice.
And worst of all, a ghastly peril lurks. An insidious corruption which works to undermine the strength of the Imperium's most staunch defenders. Chaos. Only with uncompromising zeal and steadfast faith can rogue traders withstand the lure of the ruinous powers. And those who succumb to the darkness risk a calamitous fate in exchange for their soul. Only madness and damnation await.
So it's going to be very easy to have at least 2 playthroughs of this game. Play the pure playthrough and then play the chaos playthrough.
Look at the Navis nobility over here. The fucking the.
I think that's supposed to be
navigator.
the player character.
Oh, nice.
From what I understand, I think you're playing a specific person that just looks like that, but I think you can. I don't know if you're always necessarily that exact class, or if you can choose what class you are. I don't know how the gameplay is going to work at all. In fact, I don't know. I've been wondering how they're going to handle the gameplay mechanics, because this is not Pathfinder like their other games. Unless they're taking the Pathfinder rules and, putting Warhammer skin on it.
I hope not. I hope they give it its own twist.
Yeah. On the other hand, there was a tabletop role-playing game for Rogue Trader, but I hope they don't use those rules either, because those game mechanics were bad. I'm hoping they're doing something new with it for the game mechanics.
Yeah. I have to see what this is. This is I've never spotted this before. I fucking love
your curiosity has killed your George?
Hey, I came as soon as I could. How is he?
Interesting
Unfortunately,
animation.
the infection is spread. There's nothing we can do. We'll do what we can to make him comfortable, but I'd say your goodbyes.
I need to refill my drink. Keep this running, but I'll be right back.
Oh.
George?
George.
I'm dying, Theodore.
George?
Yeah. I can talk.
What? Since when? Like, how long?
Questions.
This whole time you could talk. Why didn't you say something?
I guess I was waiting till I had something to say.
Well, what do you want to say?
Do you know what Pizzagate is?
Oh, no.
No.
Apparently a bunch of rich elitists are running an underground pedophile sex ring in a pizza shop in Washington, D.C.
Okay.
But at this point, that's old news. Just the tip of the iceberg. And the more I looked around, the more I realized it's all tip. Epstein, the Rothschilds, George Soros. Just shiny little playthings to keep us distracted while we fight amongst ourselves.
I don't understand what you're saying to me.
Yep, I dug deep. I turned the whole thing upside down. I even know who Q is.
What? Hey guys.
Oh god, he's a fucking QAnoner. Oh, I love that. I love that twist. Curious George got too curious. You know, the tower's fallen? Oh, everyone knows what that is. No. You want to know why they put fluoride in our water, though? That's the interesting point. Enjoy PlayStation Showcase. I gotta show that after the after this. I gotta show the Marathon trailer, because fuck yeah. Although it looks like Marathon's gonna be multiplayer.
Actually, I've seen that, and I know we're gonna show it in a minute, but I don't understand what there is to be excited about. They showed nothing. I know nothing about that game.
Well, it's Marathon. It's the precursor to Halo. in a lot of respects, but it's also its own giant ass like lore dump in and of itself. Like the story is so convoluted and bizarre.
I don't
The
know.
Mandalore gamer.
All I know is I saw that thing and it was like somebody took a lot of LSD and then made a trailer about people with guns.
Marathon's
but we'll see it in a
plot
minute.
is just insane. But like
Oh,
Mandalore
Gage has a
gamer.
point. Dragon's Dogma 2. I'm super excited for that.
Did a giant ass video, a series on it, and that's how I know about it. It's just such a bizarre lore. And
well, the fact that it's connected to Halo is something I didn't know 5 minutes ago, so that's something.
Yeah, it was a lot of the ideas, including the logo. The Halo symbol is the same as the Forerunner symbol. The Marathon symbol is the same as the Forerunner symbol. A spiritual predecessor. Very true, Bill. They don't have a direct connection.
What does that mean?
The same way as Bioshock and System Shock are spiritually connected.
So it's not connected at all then?
Not in the actual. No, I don't think so. They could retcon the whole thing, maybe, but I don't think so. There's a lot of similar points though. You play Marathon and then you're like, oh, I can see what they did then with Halo later on.
Okay, so I'm back to knowing nothing about anything about Marathon then.
Hope I'm not interrupting.
Some people with guns that
Just
were drawn
right
by somebody
for
who likes shiny colors too much. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Hey, George. How you doing, buddy? All right, well, I'll let you guys be.
I like the bananas.
Thanks. Yeah.
It's always bananas. They never even ask me if I like them.
George, you know who Q is?
I would go to those anonymous meetings once a week. And one day I looked around and something just clicked.
What? What did you see?
People. Misguided people, yes. Angry people, yeah. Hateful people, sure. But people. Lost, flailing, scared. I don't think there's a master manipulator. I don't think somebody's pulling the strings. I think we're all just as lost in this sick little game. Because if you dig deep enough, you get to the ultimate answer. And that's that there are no answers.
George, where's this going?
As I lay on my deathbed, looking down that long, dreary hallway of life I leave behind, I just wish I spent less time snooping around, poking my head in doors, and more time looking at what was right in front of me.
What is that?
Existential crisis.
What was there?
Love. Love, Theodore. Because there's so much you can do in this life.
This is way
that means nothing.
deeper than I was expecting.
But the one thing that means anything, and I'm sure of it now, is love.
Who's to say what's impossible?
Love, Theodore. Love while you still can.
This world keeps spinning and
Try to minimize all that bullshit they tell you to do. And just love.
This is true.
Because life can be so damn complicated.
Yeah.
And you just want to look around and ask questions.
some ways they remain the same.
You got no reason to ask questions.
To spread its wings, there's no stopping
When you have something as inexplicable as love. Because you know there's no answers.
I wanna turn the whole thing
Ponderous Cody.
upside down. I'll find the things they say just can't be there. I'll share the love I find with everyone. We'll sing and dance to Mother Nature's song.
Fuck was that?
Well, that was not what I was expecting at all.
No, weird first choice for you to see them. They do way. I'm not showing all their stuff, obviously.
Also, how did you manage to rack up 83 notifications in your YouTube account?
Oh Only 83? Damn. Slow day today. I'm a busy boy.
I think you might comment on videos a little too often. Wow.
Yeah. You're probably right.
You don't have to leave 5 comments on every video you watch.
Barely actually do comment on a lot of videos. Oh, we watched this last night, the stuffed crust pizza. That was actually pretty good. But I was
So you
saving.
guys skipped this last week, did you then, or?
No. We still got these two.
Oh.
All right, everyone, real quick
No!
one today.
Oh!
Son of a bitch.
All right, everyone.
No, it shouldn't happen.
God damn it.
God damn it, indeed.
Function.
Here's an idea. Try closing Firefox completely, then open it back up and try again.
Okay. Close.
Maybe that'll reset a memory thingy.
Well, you know, also I can't close it properly because it has the stream running.
Oh, well, never mind then.
Yeah, so... but I did close that. Maybe that will make a difference, so let's open up...
Do you have another browser installed?
No, actually I don't. I was saving time. Bollocks. Alright, let's...
Well, let's try something else then.
Yeah, hold on.
Actually, looking at the time, I guess we can just try our dancing lad, eh?
Sure. Either
Although,
way...
maybe we can also look at, has Steve-O done anything?
I don't think so, but I'll give him a look. I'm just going to go now and hit screen. Nope. No! Yes.
Also, when it's back up, I'll need it reshared again.
Oh. Well, today, this is why you shouldn't do shows hungover.
Well, and whatever was causing that glitch. I mean, I don't even know where that came from.
That was weird. Okay, let's give it a go. And we'll try Sausage Boy one more time.
All right, everyone.
Nah.
No. Buff. Foo Fighters, my hero.
Beatles. Gotta be Beatles.
Thank you, Buff. Thank you for being here for us.
If this is green screened, I would have been very upset. At least let us have one tradition.
Please. This didn't happen last week. It didn't happen. This hasn't happened before, so I don't know. Well, let's get the shilling out of the way before we wrap up tonight. Kren, you first.
Me first. Well, now that I am back in town, I will be resuming my streaming as usual. So 2 hours from now, we're going back to my frenzy run of Elden Ring. Let us engage in some madness together.
Nice. I am going to go after this and lay down. Then tomorrow, I will be playing Final Fantasy 7 and 8 and 9 and 10. Over the course of every other day up to Wednesday, we'll be playing all the games, including the new ones. I have to find time for the new ones. I might actually play 12 a bit tomorrow.
You can skip 13, though.
I'm going to play them all. Completion, whether I like it or not. And I don't really like 13. Yeah. Except for Fang. Fang is hot.
Especially part 2 and part 3. Yeah, Fang's the only worthwhile person on the team. I'll agree with that.
And
why she has to be friends with the most irritating person on the team, I don't understand, but
anime trope number 8161-6.
Yeah.
Who's worse, the cast of Final Fantasy 10 or 13?
Well, 13 easily.
10's only good thing about 10 is Auron. Oh, and Lulu's tits. Dude's tits are pretty amazing.
I mean, honestly, I don't really have any beef with most of the characters in 10 except for Titus and whoever the jock, what was it called?
Oh, Waka.
Waka. Eh.
It's fucking weird.
Didn't really like them much. Everybody else was fine.
All right. Well, it'll be all very Final Fantasy, and that'll be tomorrow around about 9-ish, give or take. And next week, just to make sure that I have the right of it, I'm gonna go on to the Oh, I can't go on to Discord right now. Brenda, could you do me a solid and go down to schedule on my one and my Discord, and just wait, no, not schedule. What was I asking you for that? The bearded rambling guest list.
Guest list. Like in our DMs, you mean?
Yeah. Who's up next? Is it Raisin? Or is it Mickey?
I think so, but let me grab it.
You have Mickey or Raisin on.
Boop. Download. Save. June 1st, Mickey Richards and question mark. 8th is Raisin and question mark.
Ah, well there you go. Okay.
So Mickey Richards next week.
Let's see if we can get anyone to come up with Mickey too. If anyone else wants to join.
Yeah. Double check in with Elf, by the way, for next week.
Yeah, I am. I'm gonna. She said she wanted time to see her own schedule, so I'll ask her now.
Right. Yeah.
So all right, let's get on with it. Let's wrap this up before this computer catches fire or so.
Aye.
Hey, what's up? It's your boy Buff Crub, baby. Back on the levels. Back in tough from Buff Roo 122. Back on.
Damn, that was extra fast.
No. Anyways, today we're gonna do the Beatles.
Impressive.
Let It Be on the ones and twos. Your boy Buff Crub back on the upper. How about everybody looking on upper those guys?
Whoa, that was extra gibbery.
You went into baby talk.
Simlish.
Oh, Buff DLC.
Oh, I could make Buff.
DLC stands for downloadable Corel.
When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be.
Speaking, same word, Carly.
Of darkness, she is standing right in front of me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be.
Is this one of his better singing?
It's turned out that way.
This is almost as good as Wet Ass Pussy. Somebody needs to deep fake the Beatles covering Wet Ass Pussy. With a video that looks like Yellow Submarine.
And Slavi cupcake. Oh, we just got done.
Ooh ah ah.
Hey.
Ding tang walla walla bing bang.
Hey, my friend the Witch Doctor has topped up $5. Ooh ee ooh ah ah ting tang walla walla bing bang. I agree.
Those are the real words of wisdom.
Truest words of wisdom. Let it be. Praise be. Thank you so much for that. You guys have been awesome tonight.
Let it be.
Yeah.
There will be an answer. Let it be. 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 Whisper words of wisdom. Let it be.
I was worried the dancing will be downgraded, but he's balancing it out pretty well. That's a great gif right there.
Yeah? Oh, that'd be a good animated Twitch
Let
gif.
it be, oh, let it be.
We already have Buff as a.
Wisdom, let it be.
Whoa!
And then the night is cloudy, there is still a light that shines.
Are there any good
on
pixel
me.
artists out there? I want to see animated dancing pixel buff.
I wake up to the
As a
sound
gif.
of music.
Ooh, have it as in the same style as Steph Sterling's characters
Yeah,
when they're animated. Very very bouncy.
Yeah.
Let it be, oh, let it be. There will be an answer.
So who's your favorite Steph Sterling animated character? For me, it's got to be the Cornflake Homunculus.
Oh, without a doubt. I like the count, but
Whisper words of wisdom. Let it be.
yeah, no, it's in pain.
Remember when she used to do the comped character reading YouTube comments?
I am so angrily. Royston.
That was some good sarcasm.
Royston, you will never be a woman or a gamer. Well,
Yeah, I don't know where the idea for the Cornflake Homunculus came from, but that shit is genius.
I do. Do you remember the Gillette mascot man who had the head of a Gillette blade? And he was at like I think the BAFTAs or something. And yeah, he was like, imagine Pepsi Man, but instead it's a razor.
Mm-hmm.
And
terrifying.
Steph thought the concept was terrifying, so they made their own, the Cornflake Homunculus. It's in pain.
I don't know who edits the audio for that. It makes it sound like so horrifyingly echoey and otherworldly, but man, that is chef's kiss.
At one point they had their own they had their own Twitter, and it was like existence is pain even if you have a complete breakfast.
That's genius.
All right. Well, despite the technical glitches and our guest having to bow out, this was a good one. So I'm gonna rack this up to a success. And anyone who says otherwise, I will throw you into the infinite void behind me there, which is meant to be it's meant to be space, but it kind of looks like the static. So it kind of works.
You can spend an indeterminate amount of time floating in the void with the homunculus.
Right. Well, with that said, I am